Hey, and welcome back to another one of my reaction videos where I react about all things Thailand. I'm Slimwin, and today we're going to look at river monsters. The title is Jeremy Loses Part of His Arm. So, yeah, let's get straight onto it.
We'd heard there were very, very big stingrays in the river, enormous beasts. Stories of people being attached to something for a matter of hours. This was very unsophisticated, very physical fishing. These are fish that not only are they very heavy, but also because of their shape, they can just stick themselves to the bottom. I was going to be fishing really, really heavy gear.
Just testing my line here.
Rod attached to me with a harness, two boats rafted up so that the boat wouldn't flip, and then someone hanging on to this harness behind my back so that I wouldn't end up in the water.
Right, so this is not just a normal day's fishing.
I actually hooked a fish fairly quickly. I suppose after about 5 or 10 minutes, it was clear that this was a very big fish.
It does feel like just hooking the bottom of the river.
I knew then that I was in for potentially a very, very long struggle.
I get 2 inches, another 2 inches, 2 inches, and then every so often the fish just wakes up and takes about 2 foot.
I think even after sort of 20 minutes, I'm just wanting it to end.
I'm starting to wonder if I ought to put my glasses on, not because of the sunlight, because I just have visions of this rod suddenly shattering and getting a face full of fiberglass and carbon fiber.
Jeremy
That is insane. The tension
is like a man possessed.
The tension on that rod.
Really focused. This stingray is going to be the biggest fish he's ever pulled out of a river.
Oh, look at that, look at that, look at that, look at that, look at that. I think it's come off the bottom. There was a sudden sort of break of suction.
Worst case scenario, the line jams on his reel and the fish decides to dive. Now in that situation, unless Jeremy cuts his line, he's going down too.
From the moment I hooked it to when I actually saw it on the surface, that was almost exactly 2 hours.
Right, there's the weight in view. It's about 1.5 meters below the surface.
I'm slurring my words, I can barely talk.
The fish is tantalizingly close.
The tip of its snout is poking above the water. This is the moment when I'm going to see it. What I don't know is that I'm spectacularly going to lose it, and not only that, at the same time, lose a part of my arm.
I'm Jeremy Wade, and this is River Monsters as you've never seen
What on earth?
it before. The untold stories. I was in Thailand, enduring one of my most memorable but painful encounters with a massive freshwater stingray.
I think it's come off the bottom. There was a sudden break of suction. I
That fish finally broke the surface after about 2 hours.
can see the fish.
2 hours.
I can see the fish.
Now, a fish like that, you can't bring it in the boat. What we had a net draped down the side of the boat, and the idea was the guys were going to push, using lengths of bamboo, the net under the stingray and then gather it to the side of the boat.
Is it in? No.
The fish was just a little bit too far away from the side of the boat, so what I'm doing, I'm having to raise the rod to bring it closer to us.
Go on.
And then just suddenly there's a bang.
Oh!
And the weight of the fish has gone.
What happened?
I think you can see on the footage that I'm just looking, it's almost an expression of disbelief.
2 hours. 2 hours of just oi. So gutted.
How could I just go through all of this for 2 hours and then just have nothing to show for it?
Right, look at that. That is... The rod went. The rod went.
That is insane.
This rod is a bit long for this boat, but I actually saw the fish. We nearly had it in the net, but an almighty bang. I thought it was my shoulder going for a minute, but it was actually the rod.
When I look at this, what it reminds me of is the fact that I will never know how big that fish was. And if I try and bend it, you know, there is some give, but in the footage that you can see that this thing was almost into a semicircle. But ugh, you know, I hardly make any impression on that. And I did feel something in my arm, in my shoulder. When my arm actually went, well, I've got a bit of a hole there in my upper arm. Normally on your biceps, you've got two tendons. You've got one that attaches up here, you've got another one that attaches here, and this one here is no longer there. So there's actually a hole, this little bit of muscle here, with nothing left to attach it, is actually retracted inside there. It's something like 5 to 7% less strength in that arm now, so it's something I can live with. I look at that and I remember that was done by a stingray.
But again, it's adrenaline 2 hours when that happened. It's the last thing you're thinking of, really, before realising.
Thailand.
It's nuts. I thought we were going to see it. I didn't expect the rod to snap, but yeah, it just shows. I go kayaking in Chiang Mai. Where, if you know where these stingrays are too, please comment below. It'd be really interesting to know. But yeah, I'll probably think twice if I go kayaking again, but I'm sure they're harmless. Thanks for checking out this video. I got lots more for you to check out on my YouTube page, so please check it out. All right, ciao.